Hey guys, so far we have seen how to create a virtual server using the predefined AMI template. Now what if you want to build your own AMI? Let's say if I am running a web server, I launch my instance from the basic AMI and then I make some customizations, like I install Apache, PHP and all those necessary modules, as well as I configure some of the files. What I want is, once that server is being configured, I want any other web server should also follow the same set of configurations and modules already installed. But if you go with basic AMI once again to launch a new web server, you'll have to go through with all those installation processes again and again. Now let's see how to build the custom AMI. First, connect with your server and log in as root, and then let's say you make some customization. Let's install PHP. So now you have done some customization to the base AMI. Your base AMI did not include PHP and Apache packages, but now you have installed it. Now any other web server that you want to launch, you need not to go through with this process again and again, but you build a custom AMI so that you launch the instance from that AMI and these packages will be installed by default. So if you right click on your instance and see this option create image, it gives you this possibility to build your own AMIs. Here you can specify the name, let's say web server AMI, and description AMI for all web servers. And since we are going to create this AMI from a running instance, do you want that your running instance will reboot or it should not reboot? So you can select this option if you don't want that system to reboot, else if you don't select this thing, your system will be rebooted. So this is the default file system disk that has been attached. If you want to attach more volumes, you can do that here. Otherwise just go with the standard volume. So AMI create request has been received. If you go back to your AMIs, so you can see this web server AMI is pending. So it will take 5 to 10 minutes before this AMI will be completed successfully. Then whenever you launch a new instance using this AMI, all those packages that you installed here will be automatically installed. You don't need to install these packages again and again. So this is the process on how to build the custom AMIs. So now as you can see here, this AMI has been created and this is available. This visibility is private, means only I can access this AMI, and if you want everyone else should access this, then you have to make it public. Then you just have to right click here and edit this thing, go to permissions and make this public. So once you change that visibility from private to public, then everyone can access this AMI and build their servers based on your AMI. Now once you have this AMI created, right click on this thing and click on launch. So this is how you can launch a new instance from the custom AMI. The process of creating the virtual server from this AMI is same as we have seen in the virtual server creation video. So there is no change in that. The only change here is the custom AMI. Now let's say you have built this AMI in this US East region, but you want to launch a web server in Sydney, in Asia Pacific, in Sydney region. How can you make this AMI available in the Sydney region? Right click on this AMI and select copy, and here you have to specify the destination name. So Asia Pacific, Sydney, and you can change this name, you can change this description. This is not a mandatory fields, and then select copy. So this process will initiate in couple of minutes, and after let's say 10 or 15 minutes, depends on the size of the AMI, your AMI will be copied to the any other region, and once copied you can launch the instance in that region based on this particular AMI. So this was all about how to build your own custom AMIs, and based on that how to create the new instances and how to transfer your AMI from one region to another region. This server has a default EBS volume of 8 GB which contains its root file system. Now what if you want to attach additional EBS volume and store your data on that? So first of all, EBS volumes is just like another hard disk. When you plug in another hard disk, it's a raw disk. You have to make a file system on that, and then you have to mount it, and then only you can start deploying data or transferring data on that particular disk. The advantage of having EBS volume is that your data will be persistent. Even if your server will be terminated or crashed by any XYZ reason, but your data will stay there. Let's go back to volumes and create a volume. So there are two types of volumes. One is standard, one is provisioned IOPS. Provisioned IOPS provides better IO rate. So this is what we typically use with databases or any other application which needs higher IO rates. Then you can go for this disk, otherwise go for standard. Now here provides the type of your EBS volume and the availability zone. So keep it same zone in which your instance is running. So to whichever instance you want to attach this EBS volume with, keep this availability zone same as your instance availability zone and say yes, create. So once created, you can see this is available, right? 2 GB of EBS volume is available, means it's not been attached with any server yet. So right click on this thing and attach volume, and here select the instance with which you want to attach this thing. Click on yes, attach. Now go back to your server, and if you type fdisk-l, you can see this additional 2 GB of hard disk has been attached, or EBS volume has been attached. This is the device name. What you have to do is you have to build the file system on this one before you actually start using it. So it depends on the size of your EBS volume. If the EBS volume is a higher size, then it will take some extra time, otherwise it will be done within a minute. So now your EBS volume has been formatted and we have built ext3 file system on this. Now let's try to mount this thing. So now you can see this 2 GB of volume, this has been mounted on MNT my disk. Go to MNT my disk and see this is empty. Now whatever data that you start putting in this volume, it will be saved here in the EBS storage. So even if your system will be terminated or your instance will be terminated, your EBS volume will stay there, and you can launch a new instance and then attach this volume with new instance. So this is how you can create the EBS volume and attach it with your system, how to format it and how to mount it before you actually start using this thing. Thanks for watching, guys.